Hello and welcome to my space. I hope you are doing very well today, and if you're not feeling amazing, just think of 5 things you're grateful for and make sure you feel that gratitude, because there is so much to be grateful for in this world and so much we take for granted. So start with gratitude. Today we are going to be talking about self-love and the importance of self-love. Now, I'm not talking about that kind of egotistical, arrogant self-love, like, oh my God, look at me, I'm so amazing, I'm so much better than you. No, not that kind of self-love, because no one needs that in their life and no one needs to be surrounded by people like that. They're generally narcissists. And if that sounds like you, I think you should take some steps to change that, and I wish you the very best in that. But the kind of self-love I'm talking about is being humble with yourself and knowing who you are and what you have to offer. Self-love is your secret weapon to creating a fulfilling life. Your inner world creates your outer world. So you want to make sure your inner world is beautiful and you're feeling great about yourself, because the way you feel within yourself will always reflect on the way you look out and what you perceive in life. Self-love motivates you to make healthy choices. Choices in regards to your eating, choices in regards to your exercise, the way you think. We all have negative self-chatter, right? But once we love ourselves, we learn how to say no. That's not right. No, go away. I'm not listening to you. And start thinking positive thoughts about ourselves. Loving ourselves allows ourselves to make the right decisions, and learning how to say no when we feel like we want to say no, instead of saying yes just to make people happy even though we don't want to do it. Self-love also allows us to cultivate the kinds of things we consume, not just food, but the conversations that we have and the kinds of people that we're around. You see, if we are consuming negativity, watching negative things, reading negative things and having negative conversations, then that generally isn't very good for our self-well-being and self-love. So loving ourselves allows ourselves to just generally as a whole make the right choices for ourselves. Before you can receive healthy love from others, you need to first love yourself. How can you expect other people to love you and respect you if you don't love and respect yourself? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. If you don't love yourself, people will push boundaries as much as they can and they'll disrespect you. But once you start loving yourself, it tells yourself that you are not going to take people taking the mick out of you, and it silently tells others to not take the mick out of you as well. And if they do take the mick out of you, it gives you the kahunas to cut people off and to say, no, actually, I'm not taking that. And if you say that to someone and they carry on, it allows you to not take their BS, to be quite frank, and it allows you to cut them off or just distance yourself from them, because your own self-worth and your own energy field is worth more than just making someone else happy when they're not making you happy. It also allows you to eliminate toxic relationships, because when you love yourself, you know what you're worth and you know what you're going to take and what you're not going to take. And when you're in a toxic relationship or surrounded by toxic people, you can easily tell that and say to yourself, okay, well, I'm not having that. See you later. See you later. Self-love is not selfish. It is selfless. If you don't love yourself 100%, how do you expect yourself to give 100% to the people that you love and the people around you? It's absolutely crazy. So anyone that says to you that you're being selfish for making decisions and choices that are good for you and that make you feel good, if they tell you you're selfish, they're the selfish ones for not respecting you and your boundaries and what makes you happy. There is nothing wrong with putting your needs first. Say it with me, baby. There is nothing wrong with putting my needs first, because there's not. There is nothing wrong at all about putting your needs first. This sun, man. We got a bright light in the big city. No one is responsible for their own happiness but themselves, and that's you included. And it starts with self-love. Self-love allows you to be fulfilled in life, and it allows you to fill in that void that you may have from not getting love from other people. Because you can't expect other people to love you. And you know what? When you start loving yourself, you don't expect or need the love from other people. When you love yourself, you can just sit in your own company and enjoy your own company and enjoy yourself with the things that you enjoy and the things that you love, and just bask in your amazingness. Because you're absolutely amazing. So why wouldn't you love yourself? And on top of that, without self-love, you drastically decrease your ability to be successful in anything. Imagine, like, you don't love yourself, so you obviously don't believe in yourself if you don't love yourself. So how do you expect to be successful in whatever endeavor you pursue? In your career, in your business, in your fitness journey, whatever you pursue, how can you be successful if you don't love or appreciate or respect yourself? So, how do you cultivate self-love? If you're one of the people that aren't really loving yourself at the moment, cool, I get it, I understand it. I mean, I've personally come from a place of depression and anxiety, and I didn't used to love myself back in the day, but I've changed that, and I can safely say that I do love myself now. And how did I change that? What did I do? First, I cut out that negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is always going to be there, but it's just a case of telling it to shut the fuck up. Those thoughts, they're not serving, and they don't help you, and they don't help you move forward. So why would you want to listen to those thoughts? To be quite frank, they're absolute bullshit, and you need to start telling those negative thoughts that they are absolute bullshit, because they're not going to get you anywhere. Understand that you're human and not perfect. We are all going to make mistakes. That is what happens in life. But the thing that's important is to tell yourself, okay, I've made this mistake. How do I learn from it, and how do I grow from it? And that leads to my next point. You need to be constantly learning and growing. Learning doesn't end when you finish school. It's a constant life journey, and we should all constantly be growing to feel self-fulfilled and to feel like we're making a difference with the people around us and on this world. You need to listen to yourself. That is very, very important. You need to listen to yourself and your body. Your body knows. If something's not right, you're going to feel it in your gut. But if something's right, you're going to feel it here, and it's going to be like, oh my God. So you need to listen to yourself and what is right for you. And if something is not right for you, and if you don't want to do it, don't do it just to make other people happy. At the end of the day, you are the most important person in your life. So make sure that you, number one, is happy. Look after your body. Your body is the only home you're ever going to have in your life. So make sure you look after it. Exercise regularly. Move it around regularly. Make sure you're fueling it with the right foods and the right drinks. That's very, very, very important. And lastly, make the right choices for yourself. If you want to achieve something, stop going out and doing things that don't serve you. Stop drinking, stop smoking, stop eating shit. Stop saying yes when you really want to say no. Stop consuming negative news and having negative conversations. Surround yourself with the right people that are going to enable you to grow and uplift you and fan your flames rather than put it out. And remember, loving yourself is not selfish. It's probably one of the most important things you can do in your life.